Previously on MasterChef, the home cooks faced their most intimidating critics yet.
Also known as our mothers.
And the pressure proved too much.
We don't have time. It looks ridiculous.
In the pressure test,
Eggs Benedict.
one more home cook's MasterChef dream came to a bitter end.
Giuseppe, your time is done inside the MasterChef kitchen.
Tonight, Christian finds himself without any allies.
I certainly hope I win today. I win everything else, so it's fine.
Put your ego back in your head for a second.
And the cooks make some catastrophic errors.
The worst sauce I've ever tasted in my entire life.
If you're gonna serve us crap like that, and you're really wasting our time, it's awful.
At the end of the night,
That is really disappointing. You were on a great trajectory, and I don't know where that leaves you, quite frankly.
one more home cook will be sent packing.
Right, good morning.
Morning.
Just 9 of you left. One of you is MasterChef.
Top 9. Wow.
Out of thousands of people. I'm here for a reason.
It feels awesome to be in the top 9. Just 8 more people to knock out.
It's time once again for another mystery box challenge.
You'll each have to prepare, cook, and present one extraordinary dish using only the ingredients hidden under the boxes in front of you. We'll taste the top 3 dishes, and the cook with the best dish will get a critical advantage in the next challenge.
It's time for a new challenge, and of course, it's gonna be the mystery box that I hate and that hates me.
On the count of 3, lift your boxes. 1.
I'd like to see a piece of seafood underneath the mystery box.
2.
I'd love to see a tuna steak in there.
I am really hoping that there's like flour and sugar and dark chocolate. I can do desserts.
3.
Wow. I'm not quite sure what these shells are. It's obviously a shellfish.
I open up the box and I'm staring down at these 3 huge scallops.
Scallops!
You've got the most amazing hand-dyed scallops. Delicious arugula, bananas, fresh avocado, eggs, cauliflower, corn on the cob, shelled peas, pancetta, croissant, and finally, brandy. Winning this mystery box challenge comes with a huge advantage. Are you ready?
Yes, chef.
60 minutes, starting from now.
I won the last 2 mystery boxes, so it'd be awesome to three-peat, but I take every challenge that it's back at square one.
I love to cook scallops, but I've never shocked a scallop before.
I do not know what I'm doing. I'm operating on instinct right now.
Just wrong on so many levels.
Yeah. You're a little faster, don't you?
Beautiful.
These are the 9 best amateur cooks in America. If they give us seared scallop with fruit salad on top, I'm gonna throw it back in their faces.
What would you be doing? What would you make?
I would do a corn puree and roast the scallops and do a little sort of light reduction from the fish. For me, those hand-dyed scallops, you can eat them raw. They're that good.
Yeah, it's like candy. They're so sugary, too.
Wool the banana, be the curveball.
Immediately, I am obsessed with this idea of pairing bananas and scallops. Never thought about it before, but can't get it out of my mind now. Oh! I really think this can work. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
45 minutes to go. Right, Derek, talk to me.
Who's leaving MasterChef? I'm gonna have to say it's Susie. I think she just overachieves and she doesn't stay focused.
Right, what are you doing?
Well, I sliced the scallops really thin. I'm gonna pound them out and I'm gonna soak them in lemon juice for a couple of minutes. So it's gonna line the plate, give it some acidity at the bottom, and then I'm gonna serve that with a bit of a guac.
Have you ever pounded a scallop out before?
First time.
I've never pounded a scallop. I've been cooking for 25 years.
Right.
Uh-oh, it's the moment of truth.
searing scallops in the all-steel MasterChef pans. Now, the secret is the thermalon, and that's what keeps it nice, non-stick. Remember, it's super important when you're searing scallops to have them cooked evenly. So, seared on one side, seared on the other. It should be the same.
Probably gonna do a little roasted corn, a little bit of onion. I'm gonna put that underneath the scallop. I'm gonna make a little sweet pea puree. I certainly hope I win today. I haven't won a box challenge in a little while, but I win everything else, so it's fine. I'll drink to that.
Christian has some talent, but I'm, you know, just shut up.
Right, Christine, what are you cooking?
I'm thinking, have a little, maybe grilled corn and beans scattered around with a little fish stock.
Right.
Great.
All right, guys, less than 30 minutes to go.
So, Ben Starr, why would you start, for the first time ever, trying to roast a banana and putting it with roasted scallops?
I think he's out of his mind.
Christian's wrapping the scallops with a pancetta. So, to get a perfect sear on that is very tricky. I'd rather you sear them first.
Just kiss it on either side, and sear it, and then wrap it in the pancetta and roast it all around.
Yeah.
Tricky.
It's very tricky.
15 minutes to go. Right, how are you cooking the scallops?
I got a ceviche, then I'm gonna do a bacon and eggs scallop, and then I'm gonna do a very simple puree of the cauliflower and arugula. So you're gonna see 3 different things, separate, concise, and a little bit of restraint as well to make it pop out.
Good luck. 2 minutes to go.
It's look really nice.
These are perfectly fresh, delicate scallops if you overcook them.
I must admit, a little stressed.
60 seconds to go. One of you is going to gain a major advantage in the next stage of this competition. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Woo! Well done.
As in all mystery box challenges, the judges will select just 3 dishes to taste. The winner will be given a huge advantage in the next round.
Time's up. I'm looking at my dish and I'm thinking, it looks pretty to me. I would order this off of a menu.
I think my plate is gorgeous. My shells are absolutely beautiful. It's anybody's game. It's even my game.
Okay, so we've been watching, observing your techniques. The food looks amazing. We've chosen the top 3.
The first dish that we want to try was really capturing the essence of this challenge. It was a restaurant quality dish presented in the shell. And that dish belongs to Christian.
Naturally, Christian is going to do well. You know, if it's got a shell, came from the water, Christian is going to excel.
I made scallop succotash with a lime honey vinaigrette and a little crispy pancetta.
So, seared on both sides perfectly. I feel that the crunch really balances against the richness and sweetness that's inherent in the scallop. But I think a little bit of salt, a little bit of acid would have really made that dish come together a little more.
What's in the puree?
A dash of sugar, a little bit of lime, and I thinned it out with a little bit of olive oil.
Great sear on the scallop. You know, really good color with the puree. And, you know, an overall nice dish.
It's got finesse, but it's got heart and soul. Are you back in this competition?
I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to take this all the way to the end.
Good job.
Thank you, Chef.
The next dish we want to try is a triumph in plating. A diversity of techniques This dish belongs to Adrian. Come on up.
Adrian's dish looked really, really sexy. He did scallops 3 ways, but I don't really understand the egg on the scallop thing. That's not something we usually do back home.
Scallop ceviche with the lime, roasted corn, papaya, avocado, then the egg, pancetta, and scallop. And then finally, cauliflower puree with arugula, blanched peas, a little bit of olive oil, and salt and pepper.
Seasoning is great. Cilantro, punchy, green. Wow, there's a lot going on this plate. Really fabulous. Good job. Congratulations.
The egg yolk gives it that sort of, creaminess, richness, and it's sort of sweet on rich with the crispiness of the bacon. It's good, but it's not brilliant. And you've produced brilliance in this competition.
Wow, Adrian. So not only is it 3 different little preparations, it feels like you just took me on like a world tour. We went from South America to the States and then over to Europe. Good job.
Appreciate it.
The third and final dish that we are dying to taste.
The idea behind this dish is so out there. It's so bizarre, we just can't resist it.
Ben Starr, let's go.
It's not a trick. Right? It's not a trick? Wow.
Bananas and scallops. Talk to me with the salsa. What's going on there?
We've got roasted corn, avocado, and papaya, lightly dressed with lime juice, a bit of cilantro, salt and pepper.
Visual, impact, yeah, it looks amazing. The hidden secret is this sauteed banana underneath. It's got that nice crisp caramelization, but it's still slightly pink in the center, which is really good. It's not perfect. However, you took a huge risk, and it worked, because it is delicious. I mean, really delicious.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Amazing cookery. It works beautifully. Good job.
Thank you so much, Chef.
It's okay. It's not terrible. But I think I would have to commend you for a risk probably pretty well taken.
Thank you.
Three stunning dishes. Was it the risky fried banana?
Anything I can do to save myself from elimination is crucial. I really want it.
Or was it the complex scallop 3 ways?
It's gonna be between me and Adrian.
Or was it a single attempt at 1 scallop cooked beautifully?
If Christian wins another fish thing, I'm gonna just...
The winner of the best dish belongs to... For one of you, you're about to meet a huge advantage in the next stage of the competition. The winner of this challenge, congratulations. Adrian.
It feels great because not only did I win, but I beat the fish guy.
Good for that.
Adrian, are you ready to meet your advantage?
Yes, chef.
Let's go. Congratulations. Good job.
As the winner of the Mystery Box Challenge, Adrian is in control of the elimination test, where at least one person will leave the competition. But the one thing he can't control is the theme of the challenge. As always, that is in the hands of the judges.
Usually the winner of the Mystery Box Challenge gets to choose between 3 things. Not this time. There's just one item you'll be cooking with today. Please say hello to Bob the pig. Hey, come on, bud. Come on, bud. Come on.
That thing is a beast.
So, the theme of today's elimination challenge is pork.
There's a whole new trend going on in the food world right now of nose-to-tail cooking. We've got the snout and the cheeks. You've got the loin running along the back. There's no better animal for that than the humble pig. All right, now we don't want Bob to see this next part.
Come on, Bob. Good boy. Wow. Okay, brilliant. Adrian, excited?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Voila. Adrian, here are 9 very different cuts of pork. We have thick-cut applewood smoked bacon, center-cut pork loin. We have double-cut pork chops, baby back ribs, St. Louis-style ribs, pork butt, pork belly, cheeks, ground pork, and you have one incredible advantage.
You will dictate who cooks with what part of the pig.
That's freaking awesome.
So, if I was in your shoes, I would be nominating the most difficult cuts to get rid of your competition. Which of all these cuts do you think is the most difficult to perfect?
I'd say the pork belly or the pork cheeks.
You're absolutely right. So, here are the name tags. Think very carefully.
My advantage is pick my cut and then piss everyone else off.
Okay, the first cut. Where are you going? Chop. Wow.
For myself, I'm picking the double cut bone-in pork chop.
Who's next?
I gotta look at my biggest competitors and I gotta give them something that's gonna make it hard. I am hoping that I'm throwing all of my competitors off their game.
So, last but not least,
Christian, tough guy.
Wow.
So I'm gonna give him the cheeks.
So basically, you've just screwed Christian to the wall.
I don't think anyone's gonna like me after this.
Right, it's time for another elimination test. For one of you, it's the end of the road. Are you ready to find out who Adrian met in the pantry and the ingredients that could be your undoing?
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Now, the pig's an amazing ingredient to work with. Every part is edible. Adrian has hand-picked 8 different cuts for each of you.
Wow.
Shut up.
you'll find your individual cuts of meat waiting for you in the pantry when you get back to shop.
You've all got 60 minutes to present us with a stunning pork dish that will literally make us squeal with delight. And your time starts now. Off you go.
Oh. I see my name sticking on a pork loin, and I was like, yes, I'm getting the cut that I wish for.
Oh, he hates me.
I got pork belly. Holy Adrian thinks I'm one of his greatest competitions, and that's why he gave me one of the hardest things to cook.
Oh, God. First thing I see is pork butt. Pork butt? What am I gonna do with pork butt?
What do I do with that?
Cook it.
Adrian picks pork cheeks for me. Probably thinks it's gonna make me fail.
What a
Wow.
Today's an elimination test. Susie, Christian, myself, or Christina will probably have the greatest chances of going home based on the cuts of meat we have.
I'm not happy that I have to cook pork belly in 1 hour. Not at all.
I have ground pork. Adrian and I are gonna have to have a little conversation later.
Adrian's a right now, but it's gonna take more than a pork cheek to get me out of here.
Feeling loved and hated at the same time.
The whole challenge is very Machiavellian in a way, you know, because he's not only really trying to exalt his own talents, he's trying to isolate some of his enemies.
Who do you think, based on what Adrian's dictated, the cut they're going to be using is going to be in the bottom 3?
Pork cheek, pork butt, St. Louis ribs.
Ribs, yeah. To get them sliding off the bone, they really have to be cooked for minimum 2.5 hours.
The 1 hour time limitation certainly is the trickiest part of this thing.
Yeah. What's the easiest cut?
I think the loin.
The loin.
Yeah. I got the pork butt, and I realized, you know, it's a really tough cut of meat. The only thing that I can do with it in an hour is make chili, and I love chili.
bone-in double-cut pork chop is not as easy as everyone says. You got to cook it right. You can either serve it rare, which will get me sent home, or I can serve it way overcooked, which will get me sent home.
I am going to do my best with the short ribs. My plan is to do a dry rub with a bunch of spices and do a little barbecue.
Derek, there were 2 ribs. You got the ribs. What do you make of that? Do you think you're gonna be able to cook it in time?
I hope so.
Is it barbecued ribs?
It's gonna be braised.
In an hour?
But listen, so what do? Do I play it safe? And do I say, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that? At least I know.
Here's the thing.
At least if I go home today, I know I
Now, what
and
about
I
this
know I
stuff?
put my heart on the line.
Hope it works out for you.
45 minutes left. Right, Jennifer, ground pork.
Yes.
What's going on?
Pork and sauerkraut.
Pork and sauerkraut.
I'm gonna fry them off, but I'm gonna flavor them with a lot of mustards.
That's bold.
This competition's getting rife. I mean, it
Absolutely.
really is getting tough. Which cut's going home tonight?
The cheeks, sir.
All right, Christian, word is you're going down. Tell us the dish. What are you making?
Some raised cheeks. Put that over a little white bean puree with the apple fennel slaw.
30 minutes left. Cooking pork cheek is difficult. It needs help. It needs a spice.
Well, here's the thing with pork cheeks. If you have to put a knife and fork to it,
Game over. Right, Susie, what are you doing with the pork belly?
So I'm making spatzel using the pork fat, and then I'm doing a braised cabbage, and I'm gonna have pork in there as well.
Why a German theme?
German food really celebrates pork.
When was the last time you were in Germany?
I was never in Germany, Chef. I've never been.
Alejandra,
I have a pork loin that I'm gonna sear and serve with a sweet wine and apricot sauce.
do you think he was giving you an easy cut because he's not that afraid of you, or?
I'm not sure why he gave it to me. I'm really glad he did. That's the cut that I wish for.
So take that apparently easy pork loin and impress us with
Will
it.
do.
Last 5 minutes. Please taste everything.
Now it's time to open my pressure cooker. Open it, smells incredible. I take a big spoonful of it, put it in my mouth, and the beans are crunchy. Uh-oh. My only option is to pull the beans out of the chili one by one.
Taste everything. No excuse at this stage in the game.
There's just no possible way that I can pick all these beans out in time.
Come on, finishing touches.
I'm totally screwed.
1 minute to go. One minute to go.
The final 9 home cooks are facing another elimination challenge, after which at least one more will leave the MasterChef kitchen.
I am screwed. The beans are crunchy. My only option is to pull the beans out of the chili one by one.
30 seconds to go.
So here I go, frantically, surgically removing these beans from my chili, and I glance up and all 3 judges are watching me.
What's Ben doing?
And that does not make it any easier to make sure every single bean is out of this bowl of chili.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Well done. Everybody happy with your dish?
I look down, and there's still like 7 beans floating around in my chili, and I'm thinking, oh God, please let those be the tender ones.
I definitely know that I don't have the top dish, but I'm really hoping Christine's dish is worse than mine.
Because I definitely think she's just been getting by at this point.
At the end of this, one of you will be leaving MasterChef. From the very back, Derek, bring me some pork magic. Let's go. Talk to me.
I have braised St. Louis-style ribs served over a sautéed bed of wintergreens and a roasted tomato tartare.
Cooking under pressure within 60 minutes. You nailed it. Delicious. It's tender, succulent. It's got a great sear on there, but it's sort of, it melts in your mouth. Really good job.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Still got its natural flavor, its natural juices, so it's not dry.
In this case, I think that what you thought was your nemesis turned out to be your greatest friend. Amazing.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you. seeing that meat just fall apart like that. That's definitely a success. It was cool to get that recognition.
Christine, please come forward.
Christine did a very simple dish. I'm thinking she's probably going to be eliminated.
All right, so baby back ribs.
I did a dry rub with the ribs, chili powder, smoked paprika, cayenne. I have potatoes, and then I have Brussels sprouts with leeks.
It's wonderful. It works perfectly with the meat. The flavor, there's some spice, there's a little bit of heat, the integrity to the vegetables. Great job.
Thank you.
What you've just put together on that plate has just put pork back on the map. Consider yourself a front runner, because it's absolutely delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
I want to see Christine cook pork belly. And then I'll give her mad props.
Okay, Susie, let's go.
Her dish looks like a baby.
What is that?
It's just a glazed pork belly, braised cabbage, and spetzel, as well as a gravy.
Mmm. Mmm.
What?
What's the spice in there?
I had cloves in there. Okay.
One word for that. Quite possibly the worst sauce I've ever tasted in my entire life.
It's bits of chewed up dog, bits of crap stuck together with, you know, soft bits of spatula at the bottom. And there's revolting in terms of the raw spice and the sort of horrible, bitter taste. Be careful.
This show is called MasterChef, not Delusional Chef. What do you know about German sauces and German cuisine? This is a freaking disaster. I will not even be able to taste the dishes that I taste after this because of you. It is awful. And if it doesn't send you home, it probably should. Go back to sleep. Ugh. Ugh.
Horrible.
If Adrian's plan was to knock me out of the competition, congratulations, you just did it.
Okay, Jennifer, let's go. Right.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a Pennsylvania Dutch play. It's pork and sauerkraut.
What the hell were you thinking?
It's what I grew up with, so...
So if it's that what you grew up with, then this should be mind-blowing.
You don't look like you've achieved much.
all together, it's all meant to go together.
Disgusting. Because that is a joke. Not impressed. And I think one of your weakest performances in this competition. You know that at least one of you is leaving MasterChef tonight.
Understood.
I just look at that, and it looks like the pig on my bowl. Now I'm going to stop there. Sorry, that's a joke.
This is a great example of what garbage is. If you're gonna serve us crap like that, then you're really wasting our time. And you guys think about what we're here to do at this point in the competition. Jennifer, that is really disappointing. You were on a great trajectory, and I don't know where that leaves you, quite frankly. This is a great example of what garbage is. If you're gonna serve us crap like that, then you're really wasting our time. And you guys think about what we're here to do at this point in the competition. Jennifer, that is really disappointing, and I don't know where that leaves you, quite frankly. Okay, Ben Starr.
I walk up to the judges. I've just seen them ream Susie and ream Jennifer. And I'm like, I've got to confess, I've got to tell them before they even take a bite what went wrong and why. Okay, sir, this is a roasted pork butt, green chili, and red onion cornbread. Before you taste,
Tell me.
instead of waiting patiently to add my apple cider vinegar at the end of the cooking process like I always do, I added it beforehand. And the acid in the apple cider vinegar affected the beans' ability to cook entirely through, so I had to remove the beans at the last minute. I'm just ready for them to say, "You did what? Get out!"
The beans that I just had in here are actually quite good. The pork kind of really shows through. You've managed to render the fattiness from the cut, right amount of chilies. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
You've been given one of the most difficult cuts, yet you've turned into something delicious. Great job. Really good job.
Thank you. I'm completely and utterly shocked. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I've just skated by. Everything is fine.
Next up, the most difficult cut. Bring up the pork cheeks.
Christian's always talking a big game, so if Christian's a badass, then he should be able to cook these pork cheeks.
I braised them in a pressure cooker with a mirepoix, a couple apples, some bourbon, a little chili pepper, and then I made an apple fennel slaw with a apple gastrique.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian has just done you a huge favor because you've nailed it.
Thank you.
And it is absolutely delicious.
That's a super top-notch dish. You should be proud.
Thank you, Chef.
Good job.
Adrian, your plan to eliminate Christian backfired. You nailed it, buddy. Good job. Congratulations.
Adrian made a grave mistake. So, take that, Adrian.
Let's face it, when I kicked his ass with my scallop dish, I didn't go over there and rub it in his face and be a about it.
This should be the best dish that we try. Come on, let's go. You're in charge.
I think Adrian sold himself short picking a chop for himself. He's thinking it's probably going to be an easy win.
Sweet potato mash, paprika, and cinnamon. The sauce is apricot apple beer with a little bit of clove and ginger. And then the chop itself was just very simple of thyme and coriander.
How's it feel to hear everybody coming up and having played a part in their fate?
The feeling is kind of something I'm trying not to pay attention to.
You cooked it a tad over. The flavors are really nice. Still a little bit one-dimensional, I think. This feels like a heavy on heavy kind of dish.
Understand.
It's a safe choice. However, you know, it's not the best dish of the night.
Yes, chef. My strategy so far, I don't think it's been working because I can everyone, but I could also myself.
Okay, Alejandro next, please come up.
So I marinated the loin with some cumin and cayenne pepper. I made a apricot and marsala sauce, and I made a sauté kale with roasted pine nuts.
Right, so you go, uh-oh. It's raw. Is this raw?
I didn't realize.
How are we gonna taste this?
We can't taste that.
I just feel like, oh no.
What happened? Did you look at it before you put it on the plate?
I guess I didn't see the other side, sir.
It's raw.
Yeah, I trusted the thermometer, and I
Trust
didn't look
your
at the
eyes.
You put it on the plate.
Yeah, if you put it on a plate, it doesn't matter what the temperature is.
I don't know, guys. See what we want to make of it.
I can't really find anything nice to say about this. You know, it's just completely, you know, unforgivable.
Truthfully, you've had the easiest cut. You must have seen it.
I served this side, sir, and
Okay, my name's Gordon, sir.
Both sides are pink. That is raw. I just look at that and I look at what you've done in this competition and it's like, we've gone back to your 5th grade. We're down to the final 9, not 90. And I think of the Muppets and the idiots who had to sit through for days on end on a stool, eating from redneck sushi to this. I don't expect this.
I'm thinking like, man, I'm going home today.
After tasting all our home cooks' dishes, the judges must select the bottom 3. From those, at least one person will be going home. But first, they'll announce the top 2 dishes. The cooks of those entrees will become team captains in the next challenge.
Okay, a very difficult challenge today. 2 dishes stood out because you were faced with the most difficult cuts, and yet you performed miracles. Congratulations. Christian, good job. Really good job.
I'm the captain.
Christian, put your ego back in your head for a second.
The second team captain, which has almost caught us out by surprise.
That person really delivered a dish that spoke of them from the heart. The second team captain will be Christine. Congratulations.
Good job. Christine, finally, after weeks and weeks and weeks, you finally won something.
I'm a firecracker. I've been sitting there in the back of the sidelines like a freaking cheerleader. I need to be a quarterback.
One of you here will not be in that next challenge. There were 3 dishes that deserved, I mean so deserved, to be at the bottom. The first dish belongs to
At the end of the elimination challenge, Christian and Christine were named the winners. And now the worst dishes are about to be revealed.
The first dish that just hit all the wrong notes and had what is arguably the worst thing that we've ever tasted in MasterChef history. Susie, please come forward.
Thank you, Adrian. Sucks.
the second awful dish belongs to Alejandra.
I know I've made like one of the capital sins of kitchens, and only a miracle is gonna save me.
The third cook today that gave us a dish that really missed on all marks. It was just really not in the spirit of what we're here to do today. Belonged to Jennifer. Please come up.
This is the bottom as far as my cooking, and it's embarrassing. I'm a better cook. I'm smarter than that.
So who goes? Susie, is it your German-inspired sauce with the belly of pork? Or is it Alejandra, you put something raw on a plate? Raw? Raw pork? Or is it Jennifer? A dish that wasn't even seasoned from the base. The frustrating part is that you can all cook bloody well.
To have to taste food like that at this point in the competition, from you, Jennifer, from you, Alejandra, from you, Susie, is unacceptable and counterintuitive to everything that MasterChef represents for us in this room, for you as cooks, and for America.
Seriously, Jennifer, are you ready to leave MasterChef?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Jennifer, take your apron. Back to your bench. Okay, Alejandra and Susie, one of you's leaving MasterChef. Susie. Step forward. Take your apron. Back to your bench. You just got lucky. Alejandra, I'm really sorry. Rule number 1, you cannot serve raw pork anywhere. Please take your apron off and leave MasterChef.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I have learned so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
I am so proud to have made it this far. You know, I won't get to be MasterChef, but now I have a very big backpack full of knowledge that I've gained throughout this process. And I'm just gonna go out there and use that now.
Unfortunately, I'm not satisfied with the end result of my strategy. I would have preferred to get other people out first.
Okay, listen. There's 8 of you left. Who is America's next MasterChef? Well, there's only gonna be one. Get some rest. You're gonna need it.
Next time on MasterChef, the final 8 face a new kind of diner
200 very hungry children
who prove to be their most demanding critics yet.
The Blue Burger just had too much stuff, a lot more dry. Had like chunks in it. We want our burgers now.
It's crazy, man. You're scared. They outnumber you.
The losing team competes in a terrifying pressure test.
The dish that puts the fear of God into any professional chef anywhere in the world.
Which unleashes the biggest showdown in MasterChef history.
I know I'm a better cook than
He's an arrogant son of a bitch, and I think he's a liar.
I'll go ahead, Dad, right now.
I didn't come here to let some punk-ass little piece of run his mouth and treat people like